Jesus, they're everywhere. God damn it. Gentlemen, welcome back. Today we're gonna be talking about the Sierra Thermal Lens Goggle System by Valken. And I gotta make this review pretty quick because I'm getting absolutely destroyed by the mosquitoes. So in today's video, we're gonna be going over price, pros, cons, and I'm actually gonna be doing a live demo with these babies. I'm gonna run like 2 miles or something, and we're gonna see if they fog up. It's pretty humid out right now. We just had a lot of rain. So let's get to the video before I contract malaria or something.
To kick things off, we're gonna start by taking a look at the box and what comes in it. Right away, you'll notice just some sleek black packaging here, nothing too special. There are going to be some impact certifications here if you're curious about that. Unfortunately, this does not come with a microfiber cloth, but at this price point, you know, I wasn't really expecting one. To prep the goggles for use, you just have to remove this clear piece of plastic, albeit a little difficult to remove, but after that, you're good to go. Looking at the head strap clipping mechanism here, nothing special really going on, just 2 pieces of plastic that fit together, and they fit together well, so you're not really going to have to worry about this coming undone during a match. When it comes to the adjustable elastic strap of the Valken Sierra Goggle system, my only complaint is that it doesn't get tight enough. Next, I wanted to show you guys a damage comparison between my 3 years used goggles and a pair of new ones. Now, these are the exact same. The ones on the right are brand new, and the ones on the left I've been using for a while. I don't keep them in a case. Chances are, if you keep your goggles in a case, unlike me, they'll last a lot longer, but functionally, they work just fine. There's a reason why these goggles perform so well under harsh thermal circumstances, and that's because of the dual pane setup. Without getting too deep into the science of it, the outside lens is going to keep the cold air away from the inside lens, which is going to be hot. Much like how your bathroom mirror fogs up when you take a shower, the inside lens, if it was cold, would cause the hot sweat from your face to condense onto the lens, thus creating fog. But in the case of these goggles here, that extra layer of insulation is going to protect that inside lens from condensing the hot moisture that surrounds your face into fog, giving you a crystal clear vision when you're playing Airsoft. And last but not least, the price coming in at $28. It's a pretty solid deal if you ask me. Link in the description as always.
All right, gentlemen, I think it's about time for the fogging test. For this, I'm gonna run 1 mile in these goggles, and we're gonna see how much fog actually is generated. And once again, it is pretty humid out. We just had rain yesterday, about an inch or so, but I'm not gonna do it in just this. I gotta throw some gear on, otherwise it wouldn't be a real test. And last but not least, we gotta bring a gun too, just to really, you know, get as close to the actual thing as possible. It's a lot of gear, but I have a good feeling about this. And like I said, you know, I've been playing for 3 years with these same goggles, and I never really have fogging problems with these. I'd be surprised if they fogged now, especially with a fresh pair. So let's get to it. That's half a mile. Fuck. My heart rate, 185, baby. All right, let's keep going. Oh God. Damn sure 1 mile right there. No fog in the goggles. So, one of the things that I think a lot of people are doing this year is there's a lot of hype around anti-fog units. I know Navrich made one. A bunch of companies are getting on the bandwagon with it. And fogging in Airsoft is just such a problem that people are just willing to spend like hundreds of dollars if it means that they can have 20/20 clear vision in a game. That being said, I think a lot of people are gonna be overspending on their iPro. I mean, that's funds that could be going towards your kit, your gun, you know, your cameras. But I know what a lot of you guys are probably thinking, because of the mesh mask here, it's kind of like cheating. You know, a lot of the hot air is just gonna go right out. It's not gonna go to the goggles. Well, you know, I thought about that. Give me a sec. I bought a horrible, well, we'll see, maybe I like it, but I bought a really constricting mask, and I'm about to do another mile, just to see if on mile 2 we can generate some fog. And this mask is really gonna put it to the test. Let me unbox this and show you guys why. This is like a cheap Chinese knockoff of that new mask that came out on e-bike. As you can see, it's got this, come on, let's focus. It's got this thick rubber plate in there, right, for protection, and then it's just like a really thick cloth. You can see some light coming through, but for the most part, the airflow, I'm assuming, is gonna be really bad on this. So I'm gonna put this on. Oh yeah, that already feels terrible. I feel like I might have it on upside down. I did have it on upside down. Mosquitoes are everywhere right now, you guys. It's really bad. All right, so we got the new mask on, and you can really see this thing is gonna constrict the hell out of my airflow. So let's put the goggles back on. Oh, that does not feel amazing, but man, it honestly looks better. Hat goes right on top of that. I just want to go eat, take a nice warm shower, but there's science that needs to be done for the greater good. I'm gonna do another mile and see if this makes a difference. I've never used this mask, it's literally brand new, but I am curious to see like how bad the fogging is, because I didn't have any that last mile. So let's give this a try and see what happens. All right, here we go. Oh God, okay, 0.86, we're looking pretty. Okay, let's finish this up. Did a little more than a mile. And guys, it's not good. I can't really see much right now. As it turns out, upon further investigation, it's actually not fog, it's sweat. I guess the goggles don't really fog, but if you're super sweaty, like, you know, imagine yourself running 2 miles, then it might be a problem for you actually. The sweat aside, they're actually pretty solid goggles. I think I'd recommend them if you're on a tight budget and you can't afford an X-Fog, or you just don't want to spend the money on an X-Fog. Go with the Valken Sierras. They're pretty solid. I've used them for 3 years. I can't really complain about it, and they can just take a beating. I didn't need to buy a second pair. I kind of just did because I wanted fresh new goggles, but you can just use them for years on end and they don't really like scratch up that bad. I didn't even use like a goggle case the entire time that I owned my pair for the last 3 years. They've held up, so definitely recommend the Valken Sierras. If there's any goggles you guys want me to try next and put through the ringer, drop a link down in the description and I'll make sure and see if I can actually do a review on your set of goggles, and we'll see how they perform. But so far my favorite is going to be the Valken Sierras. That being said, gentlemen, make sure to hit leg day and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.